Welcome back. It's the Kovacs Report, and we're going to take a look at Ultimate Wolverine. Yes, one of the sort of slowest titles in the Ultimate Universe that's basically been just sort of existing, really. I don't think it's done a lot for the Ultimate Universe. I don't think it's really presented a great Ultimate Wolverine at all. But here we are. It's by Condon and Cappuccio. And we have a Wolverine who is no longer the Winter Soldier, no longer under the programming of the bad guys. He's rejoined his X-Men, and they're going to take the fight back to the Maker and back to the people that put the whammy on him all those years ago. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at it page by page. There will be spoilers. Like the video if you like the video, and do hit that subscribe button. I'd really, really appreciate it. So let's dive in. So yes, we get a quite nice cover, actually. Cover is actually really, really nice. I quite like it. But here we go. So some of the characters: Sprite is Kitty Pryde, Gambit, obviously Remy LeBeau, Black Widow, Mikhail Rasputin, he is the leader of the opposition, Sabretooth, Colossus, Magic, Omega Red, and Dr. Alonia Prostovich, who is Directorate X research lead. Now, she's the one that's been put the whammy. She's the person behind messing up Wolverine for all these years, making the Winter Soldier. So Wolverine definitely wants to slice and dice her. So we see the Sentinel looking very ominous, landing. We think, oh dear, what's going on? Okay, there's a giant Sentinel, but it's returning to base. Now we have a carrier Sentinel unit arriving at base 77, says the chap. Scan indicates 4 living specimens in containment aboard, but the code is muffled. Muffled, he says? I don't know how else to describe it. Didn't a unit go missing? Damn it, Dr. Prostovich is expecting the SXS units here today, and I did not need any more complications. What should we do? I'm thinking. And they decide to play it safe. They decide to take some other units with them and an armed guard to go and see what's going on with this Sentinel. Now, as soon as they get there, they notice a giant X has been etched across its chest. Ominous, right? And if that wasn't ominous enough, the weapons start powering up and activating. It's a trap! Yes, it is a trap. It's a Trojan horse. And then we get a flashback to how that Trojan horse came to be. So we see the good guys, let's call them here, and they are making some modifications of this Sentinel that they've managed to capture and decommission, and they're putting it back together so that they can use it as a Trojan horse, gain entry to this base where they've heard that some mutants are being persecuted, experimented on, all the bad things that they want to stop from happening. But we also learn that these units, rather, they're different from the normal Sentinel units. They can carry people, they can do all sorts of other things. So anyway, we learn also along the way that this base here, they've received intelligence that mutants have been captured and brought to the Master Mold, the central Sentinel manufacturing and testing site. So they also believe that they can, they're not going to end this war, but if they attack and destroy this this compound where they're making all these Sentinels, it will hurt them. It will put a dent in that effort, and it will do some good for the good guys. But they also learn that each of these facilities is almost completely automated, operating with a skeleton crew for one reason. It's a trap. A gamma bomb lives in its heart to destroy its secrets and any intruders lucky enough to survive entry. So basically, it's got its own self-destruct. If if the shit hits the fan, basically the whole place is going to blow up and gamma irradiate the entire area. But they're willing to take that risk, of course, because they are the X-Men. That's exactly what happens, basically. So they jump in, and they fly across. They gain entry to the base because that's the only way they can get in because of the security measures. And they can't. They just jump out. They just jump out. They just start attacking willy-nilly. Don't think about it. They just go hell for leather. They dive out, which of course gives the bad guys the chance to activate the alarm. So the doctor and her, lackey here, they decide they've got to get out. And Wolverine, he sniffs her. He knows she's there. So he goes off to try and find her. He's not happy about it. He wants revenge. And he almost gets her. He almost does. But these Sentinel units turn up. As you can see, they've got sort of a head integrated into here of some mutant, which I guess they're harnessing the powers of these mutants so that these Sentinels have those abilities, maybe, which is a pretty cool idea. He gets blasted out of the building, completely out of the building, falling to his death. But at the last second, the very last second, a line flies down, reels him back up. I think is that the Sentinel they came in with? I'm not sure. Anyway, the Doctor, she's watching, and I think she's like, we've got to get him. This is the Winter Soldier. He's back. And the other Doctor's like, dude, we got to get out of here. What are you waiting for? Why are you lagging behind? Let's get the hell out of here. Anyway, Wolverine, he climbs back up, right? Because the hunt is back on. He swings across, has a little sniff, and he finds out where she's heading. He gets ever so close. But again, the same two Sentinels turn up and they blast him. And he jumps over the explosion, I think. I have no idea how that could possibly work. It looks like he's jumping over the explosion, but there he is. He jumps over. He starts slashing them. He starts chucking one off the edge, but the other one's a bit too fast and sends out this huge chest beam, which again, just like before, sends him spiraling over the edge, plummeting to his death. But just by some sheer luck and the fact that in this one panel here, they drew a cable in by his leg, the cable managed to wrap itself around his ankle and secure itself so that he didn't fall to his death. No, it stopped him from falling. What a coincidence. Wow. He climbs back up. He has a sniff. But the two Doctors, they are heading towards the helicopter to make their escape. Anyway, that of course sets off the self-destruct for the facility, and they all dive back into their Sentinel and they fly off as it explodes behind them. So there we have it. A non-story yet again. This book just meanders along, right? The idea of the Winter Soldier, being Logan, being Wolverine was intriguing at the beginning. But the issues just kind of repeated the same old story. Nothing was really happening. He didn't even speak, I think, for the first, 4 or 5 issues. Then we had a couple of issues that were good, and it's just deteriorated again because nothing's really happening, really. I mean, they've had, 9 issues? 9 issues. There could have been an incredible story over those 9 issues, but the issues were wasted, repeating essentially the same things over and over and over again, just compounding on how terrible that's happened to him, how terrible the Maker is. But it never really had any repercussions. He's gone from this ultimate killing machine to this brooding, moody Wolverine, right? It doesn't seem like the Wolverine we're used to. And I know it's the ultimate version of Wolverine, so it shouldn't be the same. But there's got to be some similarity, right? He has to retain some of those characteristics you expect from a Wolverine book. Otherwise, it's just not a Wolverine book. So for me, this wasn't a bad issue. By no means was it a terrible issue. It was just a non-issue for me. Nothing was really achieved. We blew up this arbitrary base that apparently is going to, have some kind of effects, but we know it's not really going to have an effect anyway on the Maker or all the bad guys here. The Maker's returning. Endgame's gonna be the big story. So this is the thing. There's no real stakes in any of this. I don't really care what's happening to Logan in here. I don't really care about the other characters either, and that's a shame because Ultimate Wolverine could have been a really interesting book. Now, the art is what kind of, saves this from being, a complete waste of time. The art's pretty nice. Is it my favourite style? No. Is it nice art? Definitely. What makes it suffer is there's no story. There's no story at all. The dialogue's a little bit bland too. You never really care or worry about what's going to happen to them. You're just getting through the pages until the next issue. So sadly, it's not like a super recommend from me, but it's not a total loss. Anyway, those, as usual, are my thoughts. I'd be interested to hear yours. Let me know what you think of the book. Let me know what you think of the whole series, in fact, and where you think it's going, because I have no idea. And hopefully we'll have a chat in the comments. But before I go, don't forget, if you did like the video, give it a little like. And if you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button if you want more honest reviews from an angry 50-year-old bald guy. That's me, just in case you were confused by the handsome man in front of you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.